What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have liked and sub, and let's get into this. I wasn't gonna talk about this, but it's one of those things you have to talk about it. I mean, we've talked about it on streams. What is it? It's the Mr. Beast scandal situation with Chris Tyson. When I talked about Dr. Disrespect and that whole situation, it is, even though in this generation, at least right now in this timeline, we are guilty until proven innocent, but try to maintain the let's wait for the facts, let's wait for proof of guilt one way or the other. Let's just talk about what we know. And the reaction to what happened with Dr. Disrespect is so different than the reaction here. And first of all, not the algorithm was wonky and people didn't exactly want to cover the Dr. Disrespect, but it was there and the people were a lot more vocal on it. But this Mr. Beast, oh boy, and well, if you haven't heard, Mr. Beast, one of the largest YouTubers, of course, ever, he paid for probably a year now, paid for one of his team members to transition. That's Chris Tyson. And now, well, we saw this the other day, Chris Tyson from Mr. Beast is being accused of talking to minors. Two videos over the last 30 days outline an allegedly sexually inappropriate relationship with a minor that's started with the minor at age 13, with plans to meet up with the same minor at age 16. And I'm going to assume that 16 is the age of consent, and that's why they were waiting till that age. Either way, creepy as fuck and still illegal, I believe, to plan, even if it's years. Either way, not someone I'm trying to work with. Well, that's a whole nother story of why and when this person decided to trans themselves. Chris Tyson, who now goes by Ava, has yet to respond to these allegations. Now, that was July 22nd. And of course, Hypnotic, shout out, over 51,000 and going strong. He talked about it in his stream. It blew up. He had over 1,000 people watching. And he says, he posted this, share this out at Team YouTube, is currently trying to censor the discussion surrounding Mr. Beast and his trans employee, Chris Ava Tyson. YouTube removed my stream after it went off air and claimed it was in violation of cyber harassment and bullying. Apparently, it is bullying to talk negatively about the trans community. It's considered that, and this is the shield, and this is why I bring up the difference in the hypocrisy and double standard between Dr. Disrespect, cishet white male, and this trans is a protected class. You can't talk about them. This is why every time there's an active shooter in a church or a school and they all go, oh, it's a white person, and then they find out that it's actually a trans shooter and they have a horrible manifesto, well, then they just stop talking about it and you don't hear about it ever again, right? Well, it's the same thing here in this scandal. So why is it Team YouTube silencing this topic and conversation? I will let you guys decide on that. Well, that's what I just said. Ultimately, this only ever happens when the discussion involves a trans person. I have spoken about so many people, so many allegations. He fucking talks about drama a lot. So this is the one that got them to silence it. Protected class, and also Mr. Beast. He makes a lot of money for people. And remember, it's the one thing you hear when you're young, follow the money. The older I've got, the fucking truer that. And that's also why it's evil. Money is the root of all evil. Right. 9 times out of 10, it's because of money. And in this case, yeah. I've spoken about so many things. Yeah, the drama. It's not like they removed my discussion of Dr. Disrespect. It's not like they removed my discussion of Destiny. And what are those 2 minutes? Well, I use straight when I say that's Destiny very loosely, but 2 straight white men, basically. You talk shit about them, talk about their scandals. But that's going too far. Hypnotic, you want to put an extra O on that. That's going too far. Got to delete pictures for reference. Remember who the most protected in the community are, because it's always the ones you can't talk about. And his update in lightning fast fashion. This never happens this quick. A human appeal. YouTube rejected the appeal in under 12 minutes. No. So a lot of times when you get that, you hit the automated appeal, it takes hours to the next day. 12 minutes, a human did that. And that means they were told to do that, to specifically flag and then double check and green light all the people that have been flagged for talking about this thing. So we'll see if this video gets, either way, it'll probably do horribly because it just, suppresses the algorithm on certain topics. This specifically, the next day, we see here July 23rd, overnight, more allegations on Chris Tyson have been posted to social media. This is where we start going to, okay, this is substantial proof. Alleged 2019 Snapchat messages between Chris Tyson and a 14-year-old at the time were posted to X, but were taken down. However, later were republished by other users. Former Mr.Beast team member Jake the Viking, shout out Jake the Viking, quote tweeted a repost implying they are real by saying, "There's more." One repost has since gained 2 million views. I mean, shout out to Breaking GNN. And yes, the videos are there. They go into detail. If you want to find them, you see the name there, you can find their account. And then the last that we will leave it on is the Quartering posted this here, just reposting. They are no longer Chris Ava Tyson, no longer with Mr. Beast. So I guess that was enough evidence that Mr. Beast couldn't pretend that that was a joke or it was for a video and had to cut ties so they aren't sued. I would like to apologize for any of my past behavior or comments if it hurt or offended anyone. It was not my intent. Seeing recent events, i.e. all the shit being leaked, we've mutually decided it's best that I permanently step away from all things Mr. Beast and social media to focus on my family and mental health and legal bills. Yeah, I would focus on my law defense here. And yeah, Mr. Beast also, I would assume, is locking everything up and getting ready to hang this person, no pun intended, out to die. Statistically speaking, hanging will be involved with that person at some point. I'm just saying. Yeah. So let's see how this goes. Let's see if enough of us start talking about this, that maybe that it will override the suppression. But the double standard is bullshit. The hypocrisy is bullshit. And ultimately, these always end up being people that had targeted kids. And how can you ever protect the children if we can't even talk about the incidents in which they're being targeted? So, yeah, let me know what you think of this one. Be sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you.
Well, bye.